If growing up has taught me anything so far, the biggest thing that I take away is being yourself at all times and not letting the opinions of others get to you. But what's something that we as humans tend to care a lot about for no reason are clothes. In theory, the whole idea of fashion and clothing I think is a little silly. I mean, considering that we're all the same species and all of us do the same things to survive, the concept of status and wealth being associated with the clothes we wear is pretty dumb, I think. I mean, the sentient objects that we cover our bodies with to combat weather as well as shield our private parts are a symbol of how cool you are. That's dumb. But that was definitely the ideology that I had when I was a kid, especially during middle school. When I look at myself in middle school, I get PTSD of times when I thought wearing name brand clothing would guarantee me bitches. I cared so much about what other people thought of my clothes that at school, I would wear the same outfit like 3 times a week, and then literally for the rest of the year just wear different iterations of that same outfit, all the while prioritizing it over all my other clothes simply because it had a Nike symbol. That's really dumb. If I woke up before school one morning and my clean clothes didn't have a name brand logo on them, then my entire day was ruined before it even started. I had to throw on some normal ass clothes that in my head made me feel like I was wearing rags and all the other kids were gonna roast me for my abomination of a fit. I swear, kids in middle school had no filter when it came to anything. They just didn't give a fuck. I had to go to middle school during the 2017 SoundCloud slash hypebeast slash everything is a meme era, and that shit was like the most toxic era of all time. You walk into class wearing some generic tennis shoes that your mom bought you, and some squeaky little goblin with the YouTuber merch is gonna come up to you, say, "What are those?" and point at your feet. If that happened to you at any point in your life, I apologize, because there's nothing worse than that. Just pain. That period of time was the most self conscious I've been out of any other point in my life. My fear of not being considered cool boiled down to wearing popular brands of clothes and shoes. I feel like a lot of other people had to experience this too, and it's funny to point and laugh at now because we're all older and have much bigger and important values, and most of us don't even care what we wear anymore. And for good reason too. It's funny we used to put so much time and effort into picking out which sweatshirts and joggers look the best, as if any of that was going to matter in the future. This is why I don't get people, especially kids, that have like the drippiest clothes. I get that everyone wants to wear something that makes them feel good. It's just sad that typically these clothes are the most sought after and expensive. I was driving to my house the other day, which is located pretty close to a couple schools, and I saw this little ass kid that couldn't be older than 10 years old wearing some fresh Jordan 1s, casually walking down the street. Like, bro, these kids be rocking shit I wouldn't have even dreamed of when I was a kid, and they keep getting younger and younger too. Pretty soon, these kids are gonna be running around dripped to the floor in Gucci and Prada jumpsuits, rocking some Jordans that yo adult ass can't even afford. Oh wait, this is already a thing. Yes, as you can see, we've entered the age of child designer influencers. They've been around for a minute too. I guess it all started during the 2016, 2017 era, where things like social media popularized fashion and style. That's what makes me scared for the future. If it's this bad in 2023, then imagine how it's gonna be in the 2030s. It seems far off from now, but that's only 7 years we're talking about. In my time, there were the LeBrons, the KDs, the Jays. For my kid, it's going to be the Tesla Model Fs that have a built-in touchscreen on them. The F stands for fortune, because that shit costs one. I feel bad for my mom, bruh. I would always make her go with me to the mall to buy me new clothes, and I always wanted the expensive ones too. Shit that costs $10 more because it has a logo on it. I wish she would have smacked some sense into me back then. I probably would have threw a tantrum and wrote an essay the next day on why I should be able to look cool. Meanwhile, all the cool kids are basking in self-entitlement and making themselves feel good about the fact that other children are drooling over their sneakers. I guess these kids were the ones used to everything being given to them and not having to work for anything. They're probably feeling that pain now when their $200 Supreme hoodie doesn't wipe away the tears like it used to. Oh well, if there's anything you should take away from this video, it's that reality doesn't give a flying fart about what you wear, and neither should you. Unless you always be fresh as fuck, then I got respect for you.